The Isle of Muck is the smallest and most southerly of the small isles of Scotland. The name Muck, which has long caused amusement, probably derives from Much, the Gaelic for pig. Other theories relate to the island's shape. It's said to resemble a whale, and in the Scottish Gaelic language, whale translates as Muchvare, or pig of the sea. According to folklore, however, the island was once a sanctuary for wild pigs. Muck is the most fertile of the small isles, and the main farming unit is to be found at Gallinach. Other than the hill of Benaring, this is a low-lying island. Although exposed to the Atlantic gales, there are some stunning bays such as Camasmore. Heading east of Camasmore, we come to the island's main jetty, Portmore. Since the new quay was built several years ago, the ferry from Mallig docks here regularly. There's no peat on Muck, so all fuel has to be imported. Electricity is provided by 2 wind-powered generators. Until the 16th century, the island of Eigg was known as the Isle of the Tall Women. Since 5 sisters, all over 6 feet tall, some say warrior women, lived there. Among Egg's many attractions are beaches such as Camaskithtig, where you can enjoy the remarkable phenomenon of the singing sands. The coastline of Eigg is shaped by steep cliffs and precipices. Rising from the southern moors, the ridge known as an Sgúr dominates the island. A number of beautiful little lochs surround it, but the ridge itself is of most interest. It's the largest mass of columnar pitchstone in the British Isles. Many different tribes and clans have left their mark on Eigg through the centuries. St. Dongan, one of St. Columba's monks, founded a monastery here, but was murdered together with 52 of his followers in the early part of the 7th century. The island was part of the Norse Empire, but was later seized by the Clan MacDonald, who ruled Eigg for over 500 years, until it was sold in the 19th century to Hugh Macpherson. Each subsequent landlord brought his own plans to bear, some beneficial, others exploiting the island as a hunting ground. The caves to the south of the island certainly merit a visit. Some, such as the Cave of St. Francis and Cathedral Cave, played a significant role in the area's history. Today, Eigg is managed as a wildlife reserve supervised by the Scottish Wildlife Trust, which, together with Highland Council and the islanders' own appeal fund, makes up the Isle of Eigg Heritage Trust. Rising from the sea and looking just like a child's drawing of an island is Rum, the largest of the small isles group. Because it's so mountainous and its climate is somewhat inclement, the island's population has never been large. The Cuillins of Rum, from Bingnanstach to Sgurn and Gillen. These hills mostly have Norse names, proof perhaps that the Vikings used them as landmarks on their trade routes to the Isles. Up until the 15th century, large parts of Rum were forested. Following deforestation and overuse of the land since then, the landscape is rather more barren today. Rum has its own special status, however. As a national nature reserve, it's managed by Scottish Natural Heritage. It's seen as vital in terms of ecology, geology, and other fields of research, such as the management of Scotland's native red deer population. Kinloch Castle was built in the early 20th century by George Bulle, Rum's wealthy and eccentric landlord at the time. The stone used was imported from Arran, the stonemasons travelled north from Lancashire, and the architects from London. It was and remains a very opulent house. The workmen involved in the construction of Kinloch Castle were paid extra to wear kilts, apparently. Although the family tended to spend just a few weeks of the year in Rum, they were extremely fond of it. George Bulle, his father, and his wife Monica are buried here. Their mausoleum reflects their unique lifestyle, built in the style of a Greek temple. To the northwest of Rum are the islands of Canna and Sandy. Doonbeck and Doonmore, off the coast of Sandy, are known as the Puffin Stacks. That's hardly surprising, as these cliffs are a superb seabird sanctuary. Compass Hill at the northeastern corner contains sufficient iron to affect a compass reading. To the south is a church that retains its Gaelic name of Eccles-na-Killia. Canna House, which contains an invaluable library and precious collections of Gaelic folklore and song. For many years, this was the home of renowned scholars John Lorne Campbell and his wife Margaret Fay Shaw. The Campbells didn't see themselves as landlords, more as caretakers of the island. When Canna was given over to the National Trust for Scotland in 1981, it was their hope that the community spirit would be preserved here. St Edward's Church in Sandy has been converted to a Gaelic study centre. Here, scholars have the benefit of access to Dr. Campbell's extensive library for research purposes. Canna and Sandy are indeed small isles, but have particularly fertile soil, good shelter from all directions bar the east, and long hours of sunshine in springtime. Islanders maintain that with protection, almost anything can be grown there.